do a little video here on these tractors and backhoe and maybe a bulldozer. It looks like they're just doing some basic clearing. Otherwise they would have just started clear cutting all the trees down right at once, you know, like just swept across the forest. They're doing selective cutting here. Maybe they're trying to get rid of certain trees. And there is some power lines going through back there, but I don't know if it's all just because of the power lines, because this guy here went down, right? That has nothing to do with the power lines. Kind of on a busy corner, so there'll be some noise. I just wanted to take a look at this and show you guys what they use. Now this is your typical, you know, backhoe with a bucket, I guess you'd call it. But what's great is it's got the grabber on it. You can see the hydraulics. I'll go over there in a second, get close-ups of that. But that's for grabbing the logs and moving them. There goes another guy moving a bigger one. You can see the claw on that guy. I don't know if you can see that, but the claw on that guy was a little bit more heavy duty than this guy. And look at this. This is kind of a steamroller compactor. So this one, you can see he sits sideways up there. That is a wild, I don't know, maybe that spins. I guess that spins because, look at, I think that will move around the cage. That's why the cage is rounded, so he could take that seat and move it around and do almost a 180 with it. Cool roof too. It's a nice big roof on it. And it's got a pivot point, so it just steers from the center. There's no, the wheels don't turn. These are solid. Those are some nice big heavy duty knobbies on this baby too. Look at that. But this will turn in the middle. It's like the whole thing will turn, the back end will turn to move this around. But you can see with this red clay, you can see how that would really compact it. And you know, on the steamrollers, they fill these with water, but I don't think they do that with this one. I'm not sure if that's a water drum maybe in the middle, but it's probably some solid metal plates in there like this guy here. These are, might be something to do with counterweights there, and it might get stuck once in a while, so it's got a little spot there to be able to yank it out of the ditch. You can put a pin through that. But look at that. That is a cool bad boy right there. Super heavy duty. Look at that. Whole thing is a gas tank. You don't want it to blow while you're sitting on that seat. Now this guy over here, he's got two different types of buckets too. I'll talk about that in just a second. Let's just take a look at the other side of this guy real quick. And you can look this up, SPF 56B by Ingersoll Rand. And that'll give you the name of it and all that stuff if you want to do some, check it out. But there's your controls right there. Steering wheel, you're not your controls, but your gauges. And on this side, you're going to have your controls right there. So I'll get it up there for you. And then over here, you got your general. That's a nice big track on this guy too. You know, they got the counterweight in the back. That's probably all solid metal right there as a counterweight. And then when the door right there is where you're going to get to your engine. Oh, smash the mirror off. But hydraulics for lifting it up and down. Hydraulics for extending the arm out and down. Hydraulics for tilting the bucket on this side, and hydraulics for the claw jaw right here on this side. So that's made for tighter digging, I think, right there. Even though it's got, I guess it's got kind of 6 teeth. It's 2 of them are missing their pieces, but then that one is not a bigger bucket, but the teeth are different. It's a, that almost looks like it's more for digging, because if you look at these are kind of flat. They got some dents in them, but these have got dents on both sides, making it kind of like a digger, and that's more like a scoop teeth on the outside of that guy. But yeah, look at that. Hydraulic lines, beautiful. And a pretty tight cab. Usually these are a little bit wider, I thought. But you know, working in this this kind of red clay, it just, on this hot weather like it is right now, it just turns to dust. So even though they're just working with these trees, just driving over this grass, look at how much dust is on that seat. So this guy, even though he's in an enclosed cab, probably comes out pretty much covered in that red, that fine red dust. Let's see if I can get a That should be one of the control panels right there, guys. One of the control units, and there's the other one on the other side. Hopefully you can see that. Then he's got his steering mechanism right there. You know, push the track forward and spin it like boat motors. If you have dual boat motors, you can put this one into rest, put that one on to go, and you can turn to the right. And I'd love to see the unit that was cutting these things down. It almost looks like it was done with a regular chainsaw in a way, you know? Because the middle isn't cut, but I thought when they used those pieces that saws that grab onto the tree and then saw it apart, I thought that was a pretty clean cut. But you can see how clean those cuts are there. You know, like that one's especially clean at the bottom right there, but this one here is a little notched out weird. Same with that guy. They didn't get all the way through and it started tipping probably, and they just grabbed it and yanked it down. But we're cutting it up. Someone's out here cutting it up. I'm gonna walk carefully here because I don't want to get too dirty. I'm not really dressed for going into a construction site, but I saw this and I couldn't pass it up. So this is a little bit bigger, the PC210 LCI by Komatsu. The bucket's not any bigger, but look at this arm looks a little bit more heavy duty. It's not as long. I think that one might stretch out a little farther than this guy. But you can see that this is the kind of claw that was on that tractor that just went by on the back of that semi truck and the backhoe. And that's the kind of claw that was on that one. That was the one I was trying to zoom in on. That one's a little different. That one's more of a teeth that go down. This one's got teeth, but they're notched like they really grab on to the thing. And this looks a little newer. On the inside, this one doesn't look like it's nearly as dusty, but it is still pretty dusty in there. You know, that dust might come when they stop and the dust is flying all around them and they just open their door. Because the seat doesn't look too dusty, so hopefully this guy doesn't get too dirty when he's operating. You can see you got joysticks on both sides, and then this little one down here to lock it off. That might be your brake lock there. And there's his steering, left and right steering for these tracks. Just forward and back, and it's probably adjustable based on, you know, how much you give it. You know, it might be sensitive, like you go a little faster a little bit, so you grab both of them, move faster. If you want to turn, you just put one of them out while you can still be moving forward, and then just start turning, you know. And then this is a regular, it kind of looks like a regular tractor in a way. It's got tracks instead of wheels. I think all of these units, except for the very first one, except for that bulldozer thing, or not the bulldozer thing, but the steamroller compactor type deal there, that has regular wheels, but these guys are all on tracks, including this smaller one here, 953C cat. And I think this might be like half bulldozer, half scoop. So I've noticed that some of these older, we have another one up, some abandoned bulldozers. And the scoop, you know, usually a bucket looks normal, but see how that bucket kind of comes up? And they had welded a piece onto one of the bulldozers that kind of flapped out a little bit. And then it had like a jaw at the bottom, so you could lift that jaw up and make it into just a straight bulldozer with a big thing at the top, so you're bulldozing like that instead of scooping like that. This one looks like it's half and half, like you know, you might use it as a bulldozer, but it has to fill with dirt first and then just push. But it's not an official bulldozer. Obviously, that's a normal bucket in a way. But you don't see them. Usually they're just straight across at the top for normal buckets. This one, construction tractors have all kinds of different types of buckets, you know, based on what the construction company orders when they buy it, based on what they plan on doing, you know. So you can see that's got a nice wide cab up there. It's got a cage across the top too for protect their lights. But so that guy's probably riding in comfort up there. Let's see if I can get a look inside this. Not really. You got a dual little controls right there. You can see them right there. I'll go around the other side real quick and see. You can see a single control over there. Actually, I don't need to go around the other side. And because this is tracks, I'm going to assume that these are your forward, reverse for each side, each track. And if you want to turn, you can just grab them with both hands. And let me just zoom out so I can show you. You just grab them with both hands. You can move forward, you move back. And if you want to turn, you just kind of do this with your hand, and you got both the knobs in it. One will go forward, one will go back, and you start turning to the left or turning to the right, whichever way you spin your wrist. So that might be the way that works. Ooh, look at this. That is one heavy duty piece there to put this on and shove that out. So to tilt it, it's not normal. Like usually you would have some sort of hydraulic on this arm to tilt the bucket, but this guy here has got the piston, just a single piston in the middle, rocker point connection, and then just a rod that goes out, and that will tilt and move your bucket. And then of course the huge pistons right here for lifting. Once you get a bucket full, you can bring that bucket all the way back, lift it up, bring it out and dump it. So I got a feeling they're building something here. What they're doing is hopefully what they're trying to do is clear the center. They're going to build some sort of building here, maybe not right underneath these power lines, but somewhere in here, and they wanted to leave the trees around. And what's sad around here, we had a neighbor put in a mobile home near our house, and they had like maybe a 2-acre lot, and they cleared every single tree on the lot. And they put the mobile home in, and now the lot is just one big empty heat box. And I could see getting rid of the trees around your house so they don't fall on your house if one of them starts dying off or something. But man, just get rid of every tree is getting rid of all your shade. And when it's hot like it is today, it's like 97 degrees. You can feel it. So there you go. 4 pieces of machinery for doing this clearing of this probably about an acre sized lot right here. They've done a good job. It's hot, so it's having a hard time focusing. Sorry about that, guys. Maybe it's steaming up. Well, this is the end of this video anyways, so thanks for watching. If you like our videos, please hit that like and subscribe, help our channel grow. Check out another video right there. I'll probably put the bulldozers, maybe something else. And then check out our channel right there, over 1,400 videos, all kinds of fun stuff. See you on the next one.